In Paradise Lost, 1665, John Milton chose to write on a far greater subject, the fall of Adam and Eve from God's grace, and through them, the fall of the human race. Paradise Lost is a treasure house of learning. The structure and tragic tone of the poem is praiseworthy. Its credit goes to Homer and Virgil. Milton makes his own world of literary tradition brimful with Greek mythology. It is the tissue of his thinking. His aim is not to torch the lore of learning. His aim is not to torch his lore of learning for mere decoration and satisfaction. Rather, Paradise Lost is a great epic that creates a world that is timeless and placeless. The subject of Paradise Lost is man's disobedience and the ensuing loss of paradise on earth. Love is the soul of the poem. The central story of Satan's revolt against God and his defeat by the Son is focused as the origin for the difficulties and troubles which man will experience. The gist of Paradise Lost is that complete recognition of eternal providence will justify to men the ways of God towards men. Every great work of art creates its own universe that obeys its own imaginative laws. As we read on, or look, or listen, we come to learn what may be expected and what may not, what we can demand and what we cannot or should not ask, said Helen Gardiner. The universe of Paradise Lost is intensely dramatic and brimful with energies and wills. Paradise Lost has a wider scope in time and space than any other epic poem. It is from the height of heaven to the depth of hell. Paradise Lost is the result of a Puritan's deep reflections on the Bible. Milton agrees with the whole of biblical history as actual and secret, but he is at great liberty in explaining it. With the non-stop conflict between his faith and his temperament, we happen to see a world where there is no dearth of similes from epics, and that keeps us allured and enchanted. Milton makes his friends the great and the wise of the past time. Milton paints Saturn with the help of words in Book 1. He, above the rest in shape and gesture, proudly eminent, stood like a tower. His form had yet not lost all her original brightness, nor appeared less than archangel ruined, and the excess of glory explored, as when the sun new risen looks through the horizontal misty air, shorn of his beams, or from behind the moon in dim eclipse disastrous twilight sets on half the nations, and with fear of change perplexes monarchs. Images of a tower, an archangel, the sun rising through mists, or in an eclipse, the ruin of monarchs and the revolutions of kingdoms. These rushes of great and confused images touch us. Certainly, Milton's images are bewildering and congested. Milton's mountain like learning became a part and parcel of his poetic sensibility. Saturn's size and power is compared to that sea beast Leviathan. He describes and compares the vast number and confusion of the fallen angels, thick as autumnal leaves that strew the brooks in Vallombrosa, where the Etrurian shades high overarched him over. Adam disobeyed God, with the result he lost paradise and thereby caused fall of the whole human race. Adam and his race got victory by the grace of God and regained the lost paradise.